If you liked the video, feel free to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel out. Thanks for watching. Thanks for stopping by. This video is taking a look at the changes for the Space Marines from the September 2025 balance update. We focus on the Salamanders here at the Hubtown Hammer. Like the Adeptus Custodes, we have not had any changes to the Space Marine detachments. There have been a fair amount of point changes for the Space Marines, some buffs and some nerfs. We will start with the good by taking a look at the buffs for the Space Marines. Our first points buff is for the Aggressors. For the 6th model unit has gone down by 20 points from 220 points down to 200 points. No more big unit tax for the Aggressors. Just in time for the new Forgefather Seekers detachment. I've always liked the Aggressors. Right now they seem to be overshadowed by the Infernus Squad. 200 points for a unit of 6. The max unit with a Grav Captain to give them a cheaper immolation protocols could become a strong option in a Salamanders list. It is now 100 points for 3 or 200 points for 6 models. Next up is a Gladiator Valiant. The thing to note for my Salamanders players, the Gladiator Valiant comes equipped with a twin las cannon and 2 multi-meltas. We like melta weapons in the Forgefather Seekers or the Firestorm Assault Force detachments. The tank has gone down from 160 points to 150 points, a 10-point drop, not a huge drop, but enough to give it a try in a Salamanders, Firestorm, or Forgefather Seekers list. Next up is the Redemptor Dreadnought, dropping from 210 points to 195 points, a 15-point drop. My favorite Dreadnought just got cheaper. Cheap enough to see it used more often? I hope so. This is my personal bias. The Redemptor Dreadnought was my first Warhammer 40K model. It was a birthday gift during COVID, before I really even got into Warhammer 40K. The Redemptor Dreadnought has the -1 to incoming damage ability. This is why it is a fair bit more expensive than the Ballistus or the Brutalis Dreadnought. 210 points to 195 points is a welcome buff. The last 2 units to receive the points buff was a Land Raider and a Land Raider Redeemer. The regular Land Raider has gone down by 20 points, from 240 points down to 220 points. The Land Raider Redeemer has gone down by only 15 points, dropping from 285 points to 270 points. 2 of our Land Raiders have seen some points buffs. The normal Land Raider has fallen out of grace with a lot of the Space Marine detachments. The Land Raider Redeemer, on the other hand, has been used for all of 10th edition, especially in the Salamanders detachments, Firestorm Assault Force, or the Forgefather Seekers. The Redeemer has some incredible Overwatch potential with its 2 Flamestorm cannons. Better than nothing, most Salamanders lists have at least one of these in that list. Next up is our points nerfs. Our first unit is the Blade Guard Veteran Squad, and this has seen a nerf to the maximum 6 model unit, going from 160 points to 170 points, a 10-point nerf. We now have the opposite of the Aggressors. The Blade Guard have been slapped with the big unit tax. 6 Blade Guard went from 160 points to 170 points. The 3-man unit is still 80 points. The recent GT winning Firestorm list will not like to see this nerf. I do have episode 1 of Salamanders What's Winning Now going over that GT winning list, and that is coming up later on in the month. This nerf could have been worse though. The 3-man unit could have seen a nerf too. I'll take this 10-point. I'm not happy about it. I do like my Blade Guard attached to Adrax, but I'll take this 10-point nerf. The next points nerf is the Ballistus Dreadnought. Here we have another Ballistus Dreadnought nerf. This one does hurt my list quite a bit. I like to run 2, sometimes even 3 of these as a cheap long-range anti-tank. Going up in points from 140 to 150, a 10 points nerf, is starting to take the cheap away from the anti-tank description of the Ballistus Dreadnought. The Gladiator Valiant is now the same price. The Gladiator Valiant with the twin las cannon and the multi-meltas might be a better choice for my Salamanders. Next is the Assault Intercessors with the jump packs. These have seen a nerf to the maximum 10 model unit. Not a unit I've used that much. I've seen it used by other Space Marine factions such as the Blood Angels, going from 160 points to 170, a 10-point nerf. At least they have not made it double the cost of the 5. 5 costs 90 points. They could have brought this up to 180 points. Still, that 10 points nerf is going to hurt. We do get a max unit discount with this unit, rare in the Space Marine faction. The last points nerf is to Rabute Guilliman. Not a unit I've used before, although I have read and watched the power of the Primarch of the Ultramarines, helping the Ultramarines keep the Space Marines from getting any large buffs. And Guilliman has went up from 320 points to 340 points, a 20-point nerf. I will say though, almost every update is either getting a rules change, a points change, or even both. Either way, this is a nerf to the big boy in blue. That's all the points changes to the Space Marines from the September 2025 balance update. There has been a change to our match play in the chapter approved tournament companion, and that change is no more challenger cards or twists in match play or tournaments. You can of course still play them in casual games if both players agree. It was an interesting idea. In practice, it made for some games where the winner was decided by a few points from a challenger card, or it padded the points of lists and factions that were built for later turns. I like the idea of a catch-up mechanic. Challenger cards seem like it either work too good or not at all. It looks like GW has taken away these challenger cards for our match play and our tournaments. Some final thoughts for this video. Those were all the changes to the Space Marines in the September 2025 balance update. We've seen 5 buffs and 4 nerfs in the points. I will say though that the points buffs should be an overall buff to the Salamanders using either Firestorm Assault Force or the Forge Father's Seekers. What do you think of the points changes for the Space Marines, especially for the Salamanders? Episode 1 of What's Winning Now for the Salamanders is in the works, covering the latest win for the Salamanders using the Firestorm Assault Force detachment. Subscribe for battle reports, list videos, and other Warhammer 40K content. Channel members gain early access and an invite to the channel Discord. Like always, thanks for watching, thanks for stopping by.